In this video, I'm going to describe how to control the order of windows in an Air application. When you open multiple native windows, they sometimes overlap each other, and they're presented in what's called the Z order. Z order is the relative depth of windows, relative to each other, that is. The reason it's called Z order is because it's one of the three dimensions, X being horizontal, Y being vertical, and Z being the depth. You can control the order of the native windows using methods of the window object named order to front, order to back, order to front of, order to back of, and activate. So in this video, I'll demonstrate a couple of these methods. I'll be working in an application named orderingwindows.mxml. If you're following along in the exercises, you can open this application from the Chapter 6 project. The application declares three instances of native windows, one for each of three components, ordered window 1, ordered window 2, and ordered window 3. These three components are very simple windows that are almost identical to each other, the only difference being their titles and background colors. One is red, one is green, and one is blue. I'll run the application and show you that when I click the Open Windows button, all three windows are opened. Window number 1, window number 2, and window number 3. The application is set up to handle an event called closing, and when that event happens, it automatically closes all of its native windows. So all I have to do to close all the windows is just close the application window, and I'm back to the start. Now, I'd like to control the order programmatically of these windows. In the application display area down at the bottom of the code, there are three buttons labeled Window 1, Window 2, and Window 3. And for this demonstration, when the user clicks each button, I want to bring that window up to the front. So I'll add a click event handler for the first button, and when the user clicks the button, I'll call this code, win1.orderToFront. I'll do the same thing for each of the other two buttons. Click equals win2.orderToFront, and for the third button, click equals win3.orderToFront. I'll save the changes and run the application. Once again, when the application opens up, I'll click the Open Windows button. I'll get all three windows open on the screen. I'll move them around a little bit so we can see all three of them. Then I'll come back to the application window and click each of the buttons, clicking Window 1, Window 2, and Window 3. And once again, when I close the application, all of the windows close automatically. Now I'll change the code so that instead of order to front, I'll use order to back. I'll save the changes and run the application. Once again, opening the windows and then moving them around on the screen so that I can see them all. And now I'll click the buttons in reverse order this time, sending each window to the back, Window 3, Window 2, and Window 1. Notice that the Windows Z order takes into account not just Air-based windows, but all native application windows. And because I have FlexBuilder already running on the screen, the other windows are ordered behind that window. So I'll close the application again. This time I'll use a function called order in front of, and I'll pass in a value of this, meaning the current window. And I'll do the same thing for all three windows. I'll save my changes, once again run the application. I'll open all three windows. Once again, I'll move them around so that I can see them all on the screen. And now when I click each button, notice that the order of the windows is changing in a minor way. I'll click window number 1, window number 2, and window number 3. And you'll see each time I click the button, the window order is changing, but the windows are not disappearing behind FlexBuilder. Once again, you can use the activate function as well, and that also has the meaning of bringing a window up to the top of the Z order so that it overlaps any other windows. So those are some methods of the window class that you can use to control the order of multiple native windows in an Air application.